streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been
Part 2 of Super Sunday, then welcome aboard, everybody, folks. My name is Tom, bringing you the watch-along this evening for Liverpool against Manchester City, live in the Premier League. If you do not watch on the replay, then please do make sure you leave me a like on the stream, hit that subscribe if you are new. Thank you very much indeed, folks. Everybody who's joining us here today. Kick-off on the way for you at 4:30, Premier League for Liverpool against Manchester City, which is, of course, a huge fixture as always. And the kick-off, Anfield, 4:30. Once again, smash a like and subscribe. Share the channel out with your friends. All three of those things help the channel out humongously, and we appreciate it. Of course, Liverpool against Manchester City is the 4:30 kickoff on this Sunday, and the final game of this Premier League weekend. And just previously at 2 o'clock, some will have joined us for Brighton against Crystal Palace, as Crystal Palace snatched a win, a rather unexpected one maybe, for Ismail Assar and his winning goal, which got the win at the Amex for Crystal Palace in what was another big rivalry, leading us into this big rivalry between a Manchester Blue club and a Liverpool Red club. Of course, each of the two cities which these two clubs rest in have two clubs in blue and red. And it is red of Liverpool versus sky blue of Manchester City, but not in the same shape as a couple of years ago, of course, in the shape of title race. Still big and still exciting. We hope for a good match tonight to watch and indulge in as the kickoff comes in around about 15 minutes time. And you can join us for all the reaction and everything that you want out of this fixture with the kickoff once again at 4:30. Premier League weekend then for you guys. I have been out and about, of course, yesterday. I was at the Emirates for Arsenal 3, Sunderland 0, where Martin Zubimendi opened the scoring in a Gyökeres-less first half. And second half, Victor Gyökeres got 2. Then it finished Arsenal 3, Sunderland 0 at the Emirates Stadium before I was released into the London Euston Madness. Bournemouth held Aston Villa to a 1-1 draw, and that 1-1 draw consisted of an opening goal from Aston Villa by Morgan Rogers, but Rayan got the equaliser for Bournemouth in the 55th minute, and there was no reply from either team. Burnley were beaten 2-0 by West Ham. It was 2 first-half goals, which secured that victory, the exact same as Arsenal when we visited Turf Moor. And a shock defeat for Fulham at home to Everton. Fulham, I believe, did end up 1-0 up, but lost from leading. Yes, they did. They scored for a Vitaly Mykolenko opening goal. And in fact, it was an 8-minute second-half comeback, which took the game away from Fulham, almost sweeping the rug from underneath their feet. With Kieran Dewsbury Hall and a Burnt Lane own goal, getting Everton all 3 points there. Wolves were beaten 3-1 by Chelsea. It was a Cole Palmer hat-trick in the first half, and I think it was Arakadar who got the consolation for Wolves. It was Arakadar, as Cole Palmer got a hat-trick from 2 penalties as well. And another shock one as well, as Newcastle were beaten 3-2 by Brentford, who were very, very persistent in that game. They did concede first through Sven Botman's opener, but equaliser from Vitaly Janel then turned it on its head for a Thiago penalty in the 45th plus 2 minutes. A Bruno Guimaraes pen put it 2-2, but Dongo Ouattara, 5 minutes before the whistle, got all 3 points for the Bees, who most certainly were buzzy yesterday. And the league table. So Crystal Palace go above Brighton into 13th after their victory over Brighton, and crucially for Palace, it is 4 games unbeaten against Brighton now. Of course, last season they did the league double. It was a draw at Selhurst Park earlier in the season, but it is 3 wins out of 4 against their fierce rivals, and it ends what was 4 or 5 game winning-less streak. And their next opponents are Burnley. As for Brighton, they sit in 14th on just a +1 goal difference now, and it is not great for them. They are winless in 5, and that most recent result against Palace, making it 2 losses in the last 5. For Man City, Liverpool can move on to 42 points rather, with a win. They can't move anywhere other than to within 1 point of Chelsea if they get all 3 points today. But what they can do is apply pressure to the top 5 and let the top 5 know they are still hanging around if they beat Manchester City. As for City, it will be to within 6 of Arsenal if they get all 3 points today. If not, and they get a draw, it will be to within 8 of Arsenal. Anfield is the place then to keep your eyes on. 4:30 kickoff. Liverpool against Manchester City is the massive one, and Ashik B. Harry has joined us once again. Welcome aboard to you, Ashik. Big game then, big game, big game. And let's share the screen for you lovely people, and let's get you through the team news now. But yeah, once again, that league table for you is as follows. Crystal Palace moving up, Bournemouth moving up, Everton moving up, Brentford on a standstill at the minute. And yeah, only 2 teams with upward trajectory from their results this week. But Brentford now 2 points clear, Everton, and level on points with Liverpool as well. Crucially, Brentford most certainly in with a shout to get into the top 5 or top 4. So previous results for Liverpool then in the Premier League, of course, was a 4-1 win over Newcastle, and that was the last time they played. A really good win in the end for Liverpool, because I thought Newcastle were fantastic with the football they played first half and parts of the second half, but completely just swept Newcastle away. It was a great win, and it ended a 4-game winningless streak, 3 draws and a defeat to Bournemouth, but back to winning ways, home to Newcastle, and they got a 3-goal win as well to compensate for any goal difference lost. Recent results for City, just the 1 win in the last 5 in the Premier League. 2 1-1 draws, and the latest Premier League result, a 2-2 draw, but they did beat Newcastle in the Carabao Cup to reach the Carabao Cup final in midweek. The defeat, though, was Manchester United away, as they lost that one 2-0. On to the teams then, where it is Alisson in goal for Liverpool, a back 4 to their Milos Kerkez, Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate and Dominic Szoboszlai behind the midfield, which is split into 2 parts, seeing your defensive 2 of Alexis McAllister and Ryan Gravenberch behind the main attacking 3 of Mo Salah, Florian Wirtz and Cody Gakpo. Then up front as a lone striker is Hugo Ekitike, and a 4-2-3-1 formation. It is not really a much of a midfield outlet in terms of attacking sense, so it's going to be a lot on Gravenberch and McAllister to try and get the ball forward. Wataru Endo, Federico Chiesa, Curtis Jones, George Mamardashvili, Andy Robertson, Freddie Woodman, Trey Nioni, Calvin Ramsey, and Rio Engamoa on that bench for Liverpool. And then for Manchester City, Donnarumma is in goal, a back 4 of Mateus Nunez, Abdul Kadir, Kusanov, Mark Gahey, and Ryan Aït-Nouri. In that back 4, on the midfield 3 of Bernardo Silva, Rodri, and Nico O'Reilly. Then the front 3 sees Antoine Semenyo alongside Erling Haaland and Omar Marmoush. And on the bench is James Trafford, Ruben Diaz, Tijani Reinders, Nathan Ake, Ryan Cherki, Nico Gonzalez, Phil Foden, Max Alane, and Rico Lewis. Those are your teams. Liverpool against Manchester City is kicking off in around about 6 minutes' time. And of course, people know what is on the line here. Liverpool looking for a victory to get themselves closer to the top 4, and City looking for their first victory at Anfield in front of fans since 2003. Of course, Manchester United broke a nearly 9-year winless streak at Anfield by winning at Anfield 2-1 this season. Can Manchester City end their winless streak at Anfield with fans in the stadium today by getting all 3 points? We're going to find out. We're just about to get onto the pitch. A reminder for you as well, this Premier League weekend is in support of a new campaign, a campaign which has had its name changed from Rainbow Laces to With Pride. And that is exactly the campaign that the Premier League are supporting and promoting this Premier League weekend. So that is the With Pride campaign being promoted by the Premier League this weekend. And our teams are in the tunnel, ready to get out of Anfield's tunnel into the Anfield pitch, where there is an atmosphere which I'm sure will be delightful ahead of an occasion which, for either one or the other, or for neither, could be delightful. Anfield is one of those places where if you do win as an away team, it can be delightful. And the red side of Manchester have got to experience that delight this season. Can the blue side of Manchester experience that delight this season? Of course, it would have a negative effect on Arsenal, but I'm not too bothered at the minute. So let's get these teams out of the tunnel and let's enjoy Liverpool as they take on Manchester City. And good afternoon to Nathan Clark. And it is all smiles from Omar Mamouche after he scored 2 against Newcastle in midweek. Would have wanted a hat-trick, but a brace for him and back in the starting 11 in the Premier League alongside Erling Haaland, who will look to hurt Liverpool today. Here come the teams. Plenty of noise, an Anfield crowd. I'm sure desperate for a victory over Manchester City here. And like I say, a fixture which over the years has been big. And it is a rivalry between Manchester's blue and Liverpool's red. Each of the two cities respectively have 2 clubs, one red, one blue. And in charge of this rivalry today is Craig Pawson, who is the match referee. The one downside for Liverpool today might be the fact of the absence of Jeremy Frimpong, who did pick up an injury. And in his place is Dominic Szoboszlai, who I don't think is a great fit at right back at all. The question is, will Szoboszlai at right back be the difference between Liverpool winning or not today? Well, we'll find out at the end of the 90 minutes, but Pep Guardiola's team does look stronger than Arne Slot's. Not so much in the back four, though, with only really Mark Gahey being an experienced centre-back within there. And yeah, it's where it's the forward line that looks stronger when you've got Antoine Semenyo, Omar Mamouche, and Erling Haaland all up there. And it is that famous 4-1-4-1 formation where Rodri drops in between the midfield and the defence on his own. So a big occasion. Like I say, I'm sitting neutral today, but it is a huge occasion. And of course, Arsenal know the reward if Liverpool do get a victory here in this game at Anfield over Manchester City. The real question is, though, over this fixture, can City replicate their Manchester rivals United in getting a long-awaited win at Anfield? For them, specifically, in front of fans. Well, it was a sweeping win over Liverpool earlier in the season at the Etihad, but for Manchester City, it was a 3-0 comfortable day for City. But for any team, despite how poor they can play at times, there is no comfort in going to Anfield. So, as You'll Never Walk Alone fades out, the fans are all starting to get giddy ahead of this one. And it is not Liverpool United, but it is Liverpool City. And City, in their blue strip, get us underway. It is both teams in home strips. Of course, there was a 1-0 win for Liverpool at Anfield a couple of years ago, where City did wear yellow in this fixture. And Ekitike closing down Abdulkadir Kusanov. Nice there. Milos Kerkez with the throw then. Salah. Yeah, it's good defending by Aït-Nouri. And the ball forward is going to be one for Marmoush to chase. Konate under pressure. And Konate fumbles Marmoush and held his composure well. Haaland pressuring Alisson with the ball at his feet. And Alisson's clearance intercepted by Aït-Nouri. Bernardo Silva's got space and fed through to Erling Haaland and past Alisson. It went through Alisson. I mean, Alisson came out, tried to make himself big, and it went through him. And Haaland should score. I mean, Haaland should shoot immediately, really, but he goes round Alisson as the ball goes through him, and he can't get it in. That's a huge chance. Van Dijk to McAllister. Kerkez. Virgil van Dijk pops it forward. And Mo Salah brings it down. And Konate pops it forward. Kept in by Cody Gakpo offside. There you go. Yeah, the game just stopped and, the ball was still in play, but yeah, we're waiting for the offside. I'll check that out in a bit. TikTok video. But for now, 1-8-90 game. We've got a huge game on our hands. In Liverpool against Manchester City. Neither do I. Neither do I. Neither do I. As much as I know the impact for Arsenal, it just doesn't affect me. There are rewards for Arsenal, but I don't believe that we should just be holding on to this and trying to use it as a card Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. What about Man United Liverpool, eh? Okay. Okay. I try to hide it. No, to be fair, this one, I mean, it can camouflage a bit because it's black. I really am. By the way, I never thought I'd get on with one of these refillable, but Elf Bar have solved it because the one issue I had is the leakage of the pods. But this Elf X, I mean, look, Elf Bar have looked after me for a good long time, and they've delivered again. And as much as people may have turned away from Elf Bar, that's fine, but I mean, it just suits me. I mean, they are the company who are suiting my needs, so. And it's their flavour profiles that satisfy me, so. But yeah, have you got me on Insta or something? What is 890? Because I don't think I've got you. Add me somewhere, give me a message, and yeah, then we can organise a collab. Have you not got Insta or Facebook or Summit or Snap? You got WhatsApp? You do have Insta. Add the Insta. You got WhatsApp? Can you make a new Insta account, or actually, have you got the email for the Insta account? Because I'm sure you can reset the password. There'll be a way. I just don't use Twitter really anymore. You know the email. Yeah, try and reset the password. It would be great if you can message me on Insta, because I just don't like using X or Discord. When you've sorted out it's the middle one. It's the middle username. Are you? Blimey, I'm in the 10th now. That can't be right. You can't be in the 11th minute. Sofa scores saying 9:52. And I've just hit the 9th. Yeah. You made me think I was far behind then. I was sat there thinking there's a problem with my iPad. Bloody no, I would have been flipping fuming if I was 2.5 minutes behind. But yeah, I was worried then. I was like, huh? Have you sorted out your Insta yet? If you know the username, I'll add you, and then when you log in, you can message me. We're 0-0 then. Szoboszlai over the dead ball. That was contact, but that's going to be Donnarumma to come for it. Didn't grab it. Yeah, you had me panicked then. I was like, huh? Oh, Marmoush dragged it wide. What is 890? Is your Insta the same as your username on YouTube? Because there is an account coming up that matches your YouTube username. Now, City have definitely got the more firepower up front. Definitely more threat from City when they go forward, but Liverpool right in the game. Matheus Nunes. Here comes Aitonori. Pardon me. '15th minute. And goalless, but yeah, more chance for City, and Haaland and Marmoush looking threatening. Semenyo got their first good ball across. Allison, though, no problem claiming that. Quite. Munez, ball through. Lovely ball through, and that could be a penalty, that. Canate lent on him. It'd be soft. It is soft. I mean, a bit more force in the contact from Canate. I think penalty all day, but it is light. It's light and feather from Canate, but there is arms on Canate on Marmouche. And yeah, 10-1 in favour of City in terms of successful passes in the final third. They do look the more dangerous team. Oh, Marmouche, does he want a corner? So City corner from the left. I know Marmouche is going to take it. It was dangerous. They've been dangerous all the way through this first 20 minutes. Nineteenth minute, 0-0. It's another free kick. Yeah, it's all going one way. Really, all by the odd Liverpool attack. I'm not going to lie when I say that the atmosphere in Anfield through my earpod came through as quiet. Even when they were singing "You Never Walk Alone," it didn't hit like it should, really, for a big game like this. I'm a little bit concerned that the game's just swinging a bit too far one way. And if there's a lack of hunger to win, Liverpool, Salah chased it. There's no foul there. It's the right call by the ref. Gay on the ball. It's all sitting. And, 20 minutes in. And Diogo Jota's name is a name that is remembered around Anfield still. And there's a young lad, looks about 4 or 5, holding up a Diogo Jota scarf. And 8-0, he's got a bit of space through the legs of Konate, knocked back by Erling Haaland and Marmouche on the turn. Do you know what? If I can get a replay of this guy, I'd love a replay. There is a deflection, by the way, which means it's going to be a corner from the right. But Haaland, can he turn himself and shoot? If he does, I think he's in the back of the net for Marmouche. I think it's even without the nick from McAllister still going wide. I hate that short corner routine, but that's what City have played. And there's the ball. It was too far out for Gay. He headed it down, but didn't generate the power. Was just either going to go wide or, low into the gloves of Alisson. Plenty of time to react. But it's all sitting. And you wouldn't think that the game's being played at Anfield right now, by the way. The game's being played, you would think that City are at home. They're comfortable. I've gone 2-2, Jack, but it's all one-way traffic in favour of City at the minute. Finally, through the earpiece, bit of atmosphere. Liverpool fans. Bernardo Silva's got the ball here. Keeps going forward. Forces the ball across. Haaland forced well wide, but does have the outlet to cut back to Semenyo. And Semenyo will shoot. Deflection. Will bring it behind for a corner on the right. For Manchester City. You think back to when Liverpool won at the Etihad. This first 25 minutes is a bit of a replication of that, but for City at Anfield. Bernardo Silva's corner though Nodded away by the first man. Ekitike. It's going to come back out to corner taker. Bernardo Silva didn't go to the byline. Crosses it. Too much on it. Yeah, I don't particularly like when players don't go to the byline. I criticise Bukayo Saka for Arsenal for it all the time. You have a lot more danger in the creativity when you go to the byline with the ball as a winger or a wing-back or a full-back. Whatever you are on the wing, you'll always generate more power by going to the byline or using an overlap. And Salah. Well, it was a super pass by Alexis McAllister. And Mo Salah, not quite the super finish. It's a great ball. Does have Gahey in front, which might put him off a bit. Hasn't particularly been at his best, Mo Salah, this year. It was a big chance. And a big chance that was needed from the Liverpool point of view with City being so dominant. Not today, but if you keep coming in and you keep showing, yeah, we're not. I mean, look, we don't give moderator away willy-nilly. I have moderators who are good at their job and probably wouldn't like it if I just appointed another moderator from out of the blue and they ended up causing a disruption. So give it a few games. If you keep joining us, we'll give you the moderator. There is a cheap corner on the left for Liverpool. There is a big black cloud hanging over Anfield. It's getting dark and the rain's pouring down. But at the end of the day, that's what football's all about. Nothing better than a good rainy football day. And Donnarumma didn't quite. Oh, that could be dangerous. Yeah, he's not that good at grabbing the ball, Gianluigi Donnarumma, and that's probably the downside you get from changing Ederson to Donnarumma. Yes, he's a big presence. Yes, he's a big goalie, but it's rare that I see Donnarumma grab the ball and just cusp it. What he is, he's a good keeper, but he's a beat the ball away keeper, not a grab the ball and take charge keeper. O'Reilly's tackle, that's a free kick. And O'Reilly penalised by Craig Pawson, the man in charge. And I think it's a good appointment. Craig Pawson, from an Arsenal point of view, has got a lot of experience with big games. Not so much with other clubs, but I've seen over the years that Craig Pawson can do it in the big games. And I think that based on where these two are at and they're not in a title race, it's a good appointment. Yeah, he does get quite a few Arsenal, Spurs and Arsenal United games, Craig Pawson. Yeah, I think you do, Dragon. I think you do, because I mean, it's starting to fire up now for Liverpool, but first 25 minutes, City have just been all over you, really. Starting to improve, though. They're not a contender. They're not a contender. They're up there, and they're doing okay. They're not a contender. And Unai Emery said it. But it's great that they're in the position where they are. They've had a really good season since that poor start. And they're in a good place. Mathematically, yes, but realistically, no. The biggest top 2, top 3 contender right now is Man United, who pose, under Michael Carrick, a huge threat to City in terms of that second place spot. We'll see where they finish at the end of the season, because this is not me getting giddy or jumping on a random bandwagon. This is me being logical about the things I've seen, the change that United have had since Michael Carrick's come in for Ruben Amorim. We'll see. I mean, they're most certainly going to finish above you. And that is for sure. There isn't a game in United's schedule which makes me think they're going to lose that for definite. Liverpool are a long, long way away from being in the top 4 or in the title race. It's between United, City and Arsenal. And really, it's a dogfight for second place between United and City. The next couple of weeks, they keep winning, it'll all become visible. At this moment in time, Liverpool, I don't see them winning at Old Trafford. With Ruben Amorim in charge, I would have predicted a United victory, because before Carrick has done what he's done, I was basing Liverpool United off the performances of either side, particularly United at Anfield and Old Trafford, and obviously over the past couple of years, United have been much better at Anfield, but that factor kind of dissipates a bit, really, home and away, because of the form they're in, the results they've had. I would probably put United down to beat Liverpool at Old Trafford. Thomas Tuchel in attendance. He looks bored. just barely any atmosphere coming out of the game, really. I mean, I can hear it and I can see it. Anfield is not very loud. It's just not feeling like a big atmosphere for a big game. I'm not feeling the big game mojo out of the pictures and audio that I'm seeing and hearing at this current time. Well, there is the Super Bowl tonight. I did see clips earlier of it and the coverage. And that one is taking place at a place called the Levi's Stadium. So that's the Super Bowl later, which is being advertised by Sky. It is going to be broadcast by Sky. Yeah, but I still think that you should turn up and create a good atmosphere for your club. I mean, I didn't say it when I heard it, but when I listened to the fans sing "You'll Never Walk Alone," it was kind of a bit soulless, a bit quiet. I didn't interpret a full-hearted singing of "You'll Never Walk Alone" from the fans. It's a bit like with us, really. I mean, I can tell straight away when I'm in the Emirates if the fans aren't full-hearted singing Northern London Forever. You've got to back the team, but also project your feelings about the manager. You can't just let your feelings over the manager overshadow your support of the club in a stadium like Anfield. It probably won't happen without Slot resigning. I just don't think that FSG will sack. And this is not me trying to rile anybody up or try and cause a stir. This is just me being honest. I don't see FSG sacking Arne Slot. I just don't see it. When it happens, I'll be amazed. But I don't see it. Your ownership is similar to ours in the sense of you don't sack with ease, which is good and bad. Then do it. Then do it. You know, don't just get ready. Do. If you're fed up, project your emotions. Take your opportunity to go to your ground or a ground and project your feelings. Well, yeah. I mean, look, I do want Arteta out, and there's no doubt about that. You know, I mean, I will always be Arteta out for me, unless I see consistency in trophies and all that stuff. But that's not going to stop me from attending games at the minute. mean, I've just bought a ticket to go watch us play at Wolves. He's all yours. He's all yours. I don't want Slot. It will need to be a case of you sack Slot or Slot resigns and Arteta gets recruited by you. I do not want Arne Slot at my club. I mean, even before, he wouldn't suit us. He wouldn't suit us. There will be a club in England that will suit Arne Slot, but Arsenal will not suit Slot, and Slot won't suit us. Won't be a right fit. I could see Slot doing well, maybe like at Chelsea, somewhere like that. But Arsenal will not be the right club for him. And he won't be the right manager for us. Like I say, I think Chelsea would be a good shout for him. I think Chelsea would be a good shout for him. I think he'd do well at Chelsea. Liverpool are going to win a free kick. A card's coming out from Craig Pawson. Yep, yellow card. I mean, yeah. Deep down, that's the way I feel about Arteta. Obviously, it's not going to come right up to the top of my neck when we are getting the results in which right now we are. And the fact of the matter is I've attended a handful of games this year, more than 10, and not yet once have the club lost in front of me inside a stadium this year. So definitely my hatred of our manager is not propelled as much as your fans might be propelling. Yeah. Like I say, I've got enough evidence to show that there has been opportunities for me to potentially, 10 or more opportunities this year alone, and there'll be more than that, for me to project hate at Arteta. And but like I say, the club has not lost in front of me, and I've been to 10 or more games, and that's just at this stage. I mean, I've been to, yeah, you know what I mean? And as an Arsenal fan as well, you have to realise as well, in our ground and in our away ends, you've got to be with the fans, if you know what I mean. You're like, it's hard to project your feelings as an Arsenal fan when you're in the ground, because we do have quite an upbeat crowd. And the noise levels in the Emirates are getting louder and louder. like I say, I mean, the closest opportunity that I'll get to potentially projecting the feelings is probably the Etihad, because I don't think we'll win there, but I'm going to go to it this year. I am going to do it. Two minutes out of time at the end of the first half. It's pretty soulless. Was never going to be a good move. When the game's like this, very little soul to it, and it's comfortable for Manchester City, and they're not under pressure, it will be easy for Mark Gahey to slip in and do his job without really getting recognised. But Mark Gahey played in a back three for Crystal Palace, and he's a back three or back five defender. He is not a back four defender by any stretch. I'm not sure about Semenyo, but Gahey, unless City go to a back three, which isn't going to happen under Guardiola. Obviously, I'm uncertain as to when Guardiola will leave, but I think it is coming. Have we seen it on the real stage, though? In the Nations League, in the Euros, in the World Cup? I'll be the judge of that. I'll be the judge of that when the World Cup comes along. Well, half-time, this is really soulless. I must say, this is really soulless. Yeah. I'm going to quickly go for a loo break, but analysis on the way. Half-time score. Yeah, it's not particularly good. Liverpool 0, City 0. Half-time score is Liverpool 0, City 0. Back after this 2-minute break. We're back, folks, after that very quick break, and the half-time score is Liverpool 0, Manchester City 0. And yeah, I'm just... I said it from the beginning, and I'll say it again. I was here today to be a neutral and to enjoy the match. I mean, obviously, that kind of outcome of how I feel and how I approach a match like this is all down to really Arsenal's point tally, what Arsenal have done. And obviously Arsenal won yesterday, so I didn't really feel the need to apply pressure to this game, and I haven't. I was going to always accept a draw, really. I wanted 2-2. I wanted an entertaining game. I'm not getting that. I'm barely getting any soul or heart or atmosphere from those Liverpool fans. I mean, like I say, I'm sorry to be so critical about it, but I got the sniff of it as soon as I heard how quiet and how soulless those Liverpool fans were singing "You'll Never Walk Alone." It was a hint to a not very competitive game by how quiet the crowd were and how unprovoked by City just being there the fans were, really. It should be a case of when City, when United, when Arsenal, when whoever comes to Anfield in a big game like this, that those fans are provoked and they sing their hearts out. But I did not get that, and it was a very quiet atmosphere. City were dominant for the first 25 minutes and in phases after that as well. Liverpool did get back into it a little bit, but it's just not great. Like I say, Sky want to call this the big weekend. Well, that's great, but this is not an advert for the Premier League that you want to be showcasing. The advert for the Premier League are games like Arsenal Spurs, when we won 4-1, Man United Chelsea, one of the best games I've watched this season, Newcastle 4-3 Leeds. There's countless of those, but this is not your advert for the Premier League. And Liverpool as the home side are to be criticised of that really a little bit, because the atmosphere's just not been there at all. The atmosphere has not been there. And that's the very least of what I can say about it, really, but it's just not. It's not good. And this is exactly the reason why I did not throw myself into this and applying pressure. And I'll be honest with you, I would not want to be in a position where I'm watching this type of game and I am begging Liverpool to win the game, because it ain't going to happen. This is going towards a game where it could either be won by one goal, one team could sweep away in the second half, but it is not going to be a case where we're going to get a high-scoring draw. It's just not going to happen. It is lopsided currently in favour of City. It could fall in favour of Liverpool, but he's back. He's back. So yeah, that's my interpretation. And yeah, it would have been a bad idea. Now I've seen that first half, I know it would have been a bad idea for me to throw myself into this biased. And like I say, to enjoy games like this, to enjoy games like Liverpool United, you have to take the bias out of you when you are an Arsenal fan sometimes and are a broadcaster like me. And obviously it worked for the Liverpool United game. I got to enjoy a wonderful game of football by just taking the bias away and just letting it play out. And an amazing moment for a player who came under so much criticism in Harry Maguire. Today, it's not working. This is absolutely soulless. I've come into this, like I say, completely neutral. The atmosphere is just not there. And I'll throw my spanner into the hat if I need to, and this is not good. This is your advert for the Premier League. Shit. It's not just that, though, Flicks. I mean, you might not have interpreted it, but I did. Did you hear how quiet and how unhearted that fan base were in that first half? And it came from the very start as well. It was so, honestly, I've never heard Anfield so quiet and unfulfilled about singing You'll Never Walk Alone ahead of a match like this. It was like they were being forced to sing it. I mean, that was my interpretation. I know they are. I know they are. But you are the fans of Liverpool. I'm talking to the fans, by the way, but you have to live in that atmosphere. Right? It has to be more than that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, quite frankly, I would come back and call it out if I felt that in the Emirates. But nah, I mean, that just straight away was my kind of indicator that Liverpool were not up for this. And like I say, I reiterate it, that is exactly my proof that I was right to just not be biased in this game and throw myself into it neutrally. It would be embarrassing for me right now if I was back in Liverpool. Thank you. Well, I mean, look, I'm just saying it as it is. I'm just saying it as it is. I'm just saying it as it is. I'm saying it as I see it. I'm saying it as I hear it because it's what I've heard more than what I've seen that gives the interpretation. Yeah. Like I say, if I ever interpreted what I interpreted from Anfield in this stream at the Emirates, I would come straight back and call it out. I would come straight back and I'd call it out. Because I can tell if the Emirates is not up for it. And I'm not being funny with you, but City will be thinking, wow, Anfield's so quiet. Like, they'll genuinely be imaginarily sat on the sofa. Donovan was on his deck chair. Deck chair, cocktails, sunglasses, ciggies. This should be a fixture that provokes emotion from the home fan base and the away fan base, and as well the teams respectively. But sometimes it's the fan base of the home crowd and the home opposition who provokes the players, whether that be the away team, the home team, or both. The stadium does need to wake up, and the stadium needs to project atmosphere. Otherwise, what is the point in Mark Goldbridge, me, and all the other YouTubers making an effort for this game? Let's just say it as it is. Sky are calling this the big weekend, and to be fair, yesterday and Friday have been great days of football. And this is your showcase event, and quite frankly, you can't even blame Sky for the fact that this has not been a good game. You have to blame the Anfield fans. And you have to blame the Liverpool players. I personally think that City have been as energetic as they could. They've been the better team. Just haven't found the goal. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, by the way that first half went, I don't see it. We're going to get that atmosphere in the second half that you would get or have had in previous big occasions at Anfield. But something has to give. Something has to give. And I guess it. I do get it, because Liverpool definitely are not in a title race. Liverpool and City are not fighting for the title neck on neck. No. The emotion that I got, and the emotion that I was joining in with, but in my own way, was a crowd that was on its edge of its seats, all just hoping and praying that we'd just get through that 90 minutes, because a majority of us will have been at Stamford Bridge, including myself, who had an amazing time, and we got that 3-2 win. But we just wanted the final whistle to go, and we just wanted to have that confirmation, that sealage of Wembley. So when that goal went in, it was a case of absolute ecstasy, being released from this tense, tight, shouting emotion, really. Just shouting, screaming, begging for the players just to do it. That just came open. A plastic bag full of water just opened. The heavens opened in everybody's emotions. Because we were all screaming, blow the whistle, when the referee went over 6 minutes. Well, but the Liverpool fans, they probably don't care that much about this. I'm not going to lie about it either. If they want Slot out and they think that there's nothing to fight for, those fans will not care. And that's probably why the atmosphere is so poor. It did. Oh, I've done it again. I've done it again. Thank you, Flicks. Yellow card here. Ooh. Let's have a look at the replay. I didn't see the incident, but I mean, Van Dijk kicks right through the back of Haaland. It's a yellow card. Not great from your club captain. It's his 4th booking of the season. Set piece for City. Bernardo Silva is the man in charge of delivering. Free kick, yeah, wasn't great. Forced Milos Kerkez pumped up the pitch. The run is made by Salah. City just they're doing their jobs, nicking the ball. How does Gary Neville say it? Glass half empty for Liverpool. Glass half empty. It's a terrible advert for the Premier League, Gaurav. Yeah, like I say, not only the Liverpool players, but the fans as well have been glass half empty. And it's just not good enough as the home crowd of a big match of this calibre in the Premier League, which is supposed to be an advert for the Premier League. Well, it looks to me as though really only one team are up for it. If both teams were up for it, we would see the truth of these teams and their abilities. When a game is open and both teams are up for it, that's when you see the truth. And the truth is that both of these teams aren't great. But only one team's turned up for the occasion. And that team is Manchester City. Were they? Yeah, I mean, on Sky, you don't really get that good of a view of the Palace fans, to be fair, or any fans at the Amex, but it's a big win for them. I mean, it's 4 unbeaten now against Brighton, 3 wins in 4 as well, and 2 consecutive away wins at the Amex, so it's a good win. Yeah, and I'm an Arsenal fan. I've gone into this, though, not applying that pressure at all. Done and dusted theoretically, but I wouldn't consider it done and dusted yet. Yeah, you fell off. You had a great start to the season, and I'm truthful with that as well. And that's displayed by the fact we only beat you 1-0. At home, the Emirates, Premier League. Because he's not fitting in. Odegaard's shit. Eze's a good player, but he's not gelling that well. So that's probably why. I mean, yesterday was almost perfect, really, in terms of the lineup, I have to say. Victor Gyökeres, I would have preferred him to start, but had the impact second half. And got relegated, yeah. Ekitike chance. Well, it's a chance that gets Liverpool fans a bit more noisy. Yeah, noise and voice is what this game needs, and Ekitike's shot hopefully has woken up Anfield a little bit. But yeah, as I do hope that he gets success at Arsenal. But when you look back on it, was he the right signing? Is he fitting in? And that's going to be questions that we'll ask at some point, but not now. You look at players like Zubamendi, Hincapié, and Gyökeres, who've all now slotted in well. I mean, I think, to be fair, when it comes to the player who's gelled the most in an attacking sense, Zubamendi, he's not good going back. He is not a good defensive midfielder. However, his goal tally is double his last 2 seasons. And you do get that consistency going forward with him. And yeah, I could almost smell a Zubi goal yesterday. In that first half, at least. Hey, Paz, how you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, second half. 3 shots. A shot on target. Better in the second half by Liverpool. O'Reilly's hustling to win the ball back, and O'Reilly does win the ball back and gets away from Florian Wirtz. And here's Mateus Nunes, who picks up the ball. Nori Raba, sorry. And Marmouche. And then Semenyo. Oh, good effort. Should have been a goal as well. I tell you, Haaland was free on the right. You play that to Haaland, it's the back of the net. Oh, bounce for Salah. Wrong pass by Ekitike. I know, straight away. Salah. Yeah, I mean, it was close from Ekitike, but it's the wrong pass. It's the wrong pass. And the game, at least, is starting to liven up now. But let's have a look at the replay of this. And a bit of end-to-endness, I suppose you could say. But that, yeah, it's the wrong ball. Completely the wrong ball by Ekitike. Salah does everything right. I just, I do what I can do. Well, that's the punishment for not having a legit Sky subscription. That's going to be a free kick, foul on Florian Wirtz. Ball chested down, and oh, chance. The flag is up anyway. And it was Cody Gakpo the closest. But there is a big problem for Abdulkadir Kusanov, and it is a concerned Gianluigi Donnarumma waving his arms to demand make on the pitch. And Anfield now falls into a state of concern for the welfare of Abdulkadir Kusanov. If we can get a replay, it would be nice to be able to get an interpretation of the situation. In a more in-depth view. And yeah, here it is. No, that's not it. Yeah, I'm not getting a picture of the replay of the incident, and it's good timing really as well for Craig Pawson to get himself rewired up. About 60 minutes. And we're getting a beep boop, so I need to change the earwear. Yeah, I'm above you, mate. I'm about 61 minutes now. So Kusanov withdrawn for safety reasons of his own welfare, really. I mean, I still haven't got a proper picture of what happened, but Ruben Diaz will be his replacement. And Craig Pawson, our referee, back on the pitch, all rewired up after a communication issue. And it is going to be a concussion substitution for Ruben Diaz to come on to replace Abdulkadir Kusanov. I know Marmouche was replaced by Rayan Shirky is a normal substitution. So City do have 4 remaining substitutions because the withdrawal of Abdulkadir Kusanov was confirmed as a concussion substitute, which is a rule that's been around for a good couple of years in the Premier League, and Erling Haaland might be able to get a bit of space. Let's give it a free kick here, Craig Pawson. And Graham Birch holding his ankle. Donnarumma there with a nice bit of comfortable play. O'Reilly, Semenyo, space, offside. 27 minutes to go. Yeah, that urge has gone again. Liverpool. City beginning to come forward consistently now without much of a reply. Liverpool. Diaz, oh, he had lots of space, he had lots of time. He let fly. And it hit a fan in the City away end. Could have got in. It's one of those games where every shot like that makes you think, oof, could that be? Cody Gakpo feeds it to Ekatike, laid off. Florian Wirtz, oh, whoa. Whoa, whoa. That was a chance. And Mark Gahey with the vital block for City. Liverpool posed danger. You thought that was going to be a Florian Wirtz trademark finish. Bottom left corner. Salah, high corner. Yeah, I thought it was a bit too high initially, but actually Van Dijk was struggling to get to it. The Liverpool corner. It is Sommer's line. Doesn't beat the first man. It was Haaland who had it their way. Just recalling there. Salah. Yeah, it's come to Gahey. He's head away. Should win the foul. Does win the foul. Yeah, Van Dijk will be frustrated, but he comes in the back of the City defender. He's got the ball at his feet. And yeah, the foul's drawn, and it's drawn well. Bernardo Silva being pressured by Gakpo there a little bit, though. Liverpool applying a high press. Salah, Szoboszlai. Playing better second half of Liverpool. City do tend to concede more second half. That's a free kick. Little nick, I think, from Semenyo. Wasn't a sinister foul or one that warranted too much of a reaction. Just a simple foul and free kick, nothing more. And that's away by McAllister. Edge of the box is Ryan Gravenberch and way into the crowd and into the Kop. O'Reilly's just been outpaced by Szoboszlai. Ball through to Salah. I don't think there was contact. He goes down. I'm not sure there's contact that's sufficient enough to offer a penalty. I don't think the contact's sufficient. Now, I need a replay in slow motion to give you a full opinion, but in that fast view, the contact did not look sufficient. There's a pull on the shirt, and Salah, it looks like a dive to me. It's a light pull on the shirt. Yeah, I can't see any sufficient contact, let alone contact really, to say that yeah, I can't see. I mean, VAR are checking for Dogso, but I don't even see it as a foul. It's not an aggressive pull on the shirt. There's no sufficient contact with the legs. I don't think there's a foul by Mark Gay here, and I'm just saying the truth. It looks like Salah should be booked for diving. And VAR have completed its check. It's a free kick. I'm not sure it's a free kick. It's a pull on the shirt. It's a pull on the shirt. Again, it's not aggressive. There's not sufficient contact for me. And absolutely, if a penalty was given, it'd be wiped off. I understand why Salah did what he did, though. But it was a dive. I'm not buying that a player falls with a little tug on the shirt like what Gahey did. Liverpool free kick. It's a two-man wall for City. You ideally want more than that. There's a massive gap for the ball to go round into that bottom right corner. It was a poor effort by Salah, though. It was never going anywhere near the bottom right corner. Just looked to me as though he gave the eyes if to say, I'm going to hit this well. Didn't hit it well. Did not have any intention to try and hurt City using that two-man wall. Punish them for that. Because I thought the wall wasn't sufficient to what the threat really was. It's a free kick to Liverpool. Just give it away, a little silly foul, City. This second half, it's getting one of those types of games. It's just dragging along. Both teams looking for a goal. It is a different game to the first half, but it's still dull. I'm not impressed. That's good defending. Salah scoops it in. It's been getting Liverpool free kick again. Szoboszlai standing over the free kick for Liverpool. We know what he can do. The question is, can he do today? With 17 minutes remaining of this game. Szoboszlai is on target. They've scored. Well, that's what he can do. And that's what he does do. And Liverpool in a game where in the first half they did all but nothing. They've been better in the second half. But it is a game breaking a deadlock, which really City should have broken. They haven't broken it. And Szoboszlai delivers the magic for a free kick. I don't know how delayed you are, mate. But in off the post, in fact, it does hit the post from Szoboszlai and flicks in. And a good City performance, particularly in the first half, erased by that from Dominic Szoboszlai. And it is the team who spent almost 45 minutes, the entirely better team, the dominant team, who in the second half now find themselves with 15 minutes to go and needing to respond. Game on. Finally. I am absolutely intrigued because that would never be part of my quota. Go on, what is it? You're going to work at 4 a.m. and you need 6 hours. I don't know then. Summit on T. Where's the match.com? Tomorrow morning, let's have a look. 5:30 a.m. Scotland versus Italy in the ICC T20 World Cup. 9 a.m. Winter Olympics. 9 a.m. Winter Olympics again. Lots of that. So 5:30 a.m. Tonight. You don't need to go to bed at 8. What? Sorry. For an event at 11:30 tonight, you need to go to bed at 8 p.m. The last event of this day is the NFL Super Bowl. So you need to go to... Sorry, why do you need to go to bed at 8 for that? Just slump it, mate, and... Like, come on, man. Like... I mean, okay, I might sleep on the train, but sometimes I don't arrive back from Arsenal games till 3 a.m, and I only get 3 hours of sleep. And I just live on that. Have a bit of guts and steel. Yeah, so do I. And I can do 3 hours. That lucky shirt, yeah, absolutely. All right, I have got to go to the loo again. So sorry about that, folks, but my poor old bladder. Yeah, the problem is I don't want to be here at full time and have to disrupt you. Kate and Jonathan, welcome. What are you doing? Good to see you here. And he's definitely up there. He's definitely up there in the minute for Netflix. You're not wrong about that. Right, bear with me. I'll be back before 80 minutes. I'll be back, hopefully, before 79 and 79 and a half. Fingers crossed. I'll leave the camera on so you can see me coming. Told you it wouldn't take long. It's a bonus that it's right there. Check DMs. Why? All right. Okay. Much better second half by Liverpool. Yeah, I mean, for you, mate, I would just say, look, yeah, stay awake. There's no point in going to bed at 8. I would never advise for anybody to go to bed at 8, really. So that's Nunez. It's Man City carrying a threat. A minute, trying, but Verts goes off. See, I would advise you just to watch the Super Bowl and then go to bed, mate, as opposed to go to bed at 8 o'clock and grab coffee, to keep you awake up until it's time to go to college. You would get a much better quality of sleep, I would find, if you just go to bed early hours. Particularly when the body's not... It wouldn't make me feel good. It wouldn't make me feel good. And I doubt that medical people would advise it. You go to bed and you drag yourself up out of bed, and equaliser. Bernardo Silva. Striker instinct from Bernardo Silva to pull Man City level in a precarious situation. Bernardo Silva. Not really somebody who's had that much of an impact this season. But today, and at Anfield, he has got the teeny tiny touch which has put Manchester City level. And Liverpool's immediate response to that goal is the incoming of Curtis Jones. And he is on to replace Cody Gakpo. And the facial expressions of Dominic Szoboszlai are not good ones. So there you go. That's nicely grabbed by Donnarumma. Well, 5 minutes plus added time. Taking a while for the restart. Goal time was 83:38. 85:05 it was. We got back underway. Took about a minute and 20 seconds to get back underway. Here's Rodri. And Mateus Nunes. Rodri intercepted by Szoboszlai. Rafa Birch was off balance, could have lost the ball. Didn't. Jones. The path was there for Salah. And Ekatike could make the run as well, but he was offside. And that could reach Haaland. Good defending by Konate. Little touch from Cherki, but not enough to create a real threat for City. It's back and forth at the minute. Who can hold the ball? Who can get forward? It is the second half show. The past 75 minutes show. At least there's something for me to... I mean, it's definitely the late show, and at least there's something for me to report on, because the likelihood is I am going to deliver you a report after the game in video format. Well, there is noise from the City fans. Diaz back to Donnarumma. That's a foul by Kirkesi in the back. From behind, free kick. And we're into the last 90 seconds of the 90, folks, here. I suspect we'll get 5 or 6 minutes at a time. Maybe more than that because of the concussion sub for Kusanov. Probably looking towards more 7 or 8, actually. I'm going to say 7, but I think 8 in terms of added time. Yeah, I think 7. We'll find out in about 60 seconds what the added time number will be. But yeah, my logical guess is 7 minutes. Dragon thinks 10. And we'll find out soon enough. Mateus Nunes, there is an advantage for City. The run's made by Semenyo. And he's interested in the balls across. It was comfortable enough for Alisson to fall onto it and grab it. And that's not going to get to Ekitike. It's going to be City pressure. And Rodri. Gahey. It is 7 minutes. So my guess, which was bang on. The logical guess was a correct one. 7 minutes at a time. 7 minutes. Oh, and the score's incorrect. There's a penalty appeal here. Mateus Nunes down. I'm just going to put VAR check in progress here at the minute. Now, Giorgio Mamardashvili in the reverse fixture, I believe, saved an Erling Haaland penalty. The question is, can Alisson Becker, if it is to be a penalty? Looks like it is to be. He's got the ball in his hand and the ball is placed on the spot. He's missed 2. Scored, I think, 3 or 4. Can he score this time to give City the lead and put them in a position of potentially a winning feeling? Haaland, bottom corner. Huge. Alisson went the right way, but it didn't stop Erling Haaland from scoring. Into the bottom left-hand corner. And it is Manchester joy at Anfield again. This time, it is blue Manchester joy. And one step towards a huge win for Manchester City. And Erling Haaland gets a customary booking from Craig Pawson as he celebrates with those City fans by taking his shirt off. And that's why he got the booking. And that was an emphatic penalty. Those little jitters of the knees told you he was confident. And as soon as the ball hit the back of the net, before it even hit the back of the net, the shirt came off. And he went to celebrate with his fans. Liverpool's not been good. Better in the second half. But it looks like it's going to be City's day. The question is, can Liverpool respond? And another twist to the tail in towards McAllister by Chiesa. Szoboszlai. And Mo Salah in by Szoboszlai. Not the best of balls. Gravenberch is going to try and keep it alive. And it's worked wide to the left. Chiesa ball across and Donnarumma was in charge. Yeah, he's not that confident with the ball in his hands, Donnarumma. He sort of did that little knees down and arms, sort of letting it roll into them as opposed to just trying to go and grab it. Yeah, he's a bit of a butter hands goalkeeper, Donnarumma, which is probably why he's such a good beat the ball away keeper. Nathan Ake to be replaced by Antoine... Sorry, the other way around. Antoine Semenyo to be replaced by Nathan Ake is the City change. And the impetus is on Liverpool to respond. Can they respond? Can they find a way? Or will it be a huge City day? Ball through is a good one down the left. Curtis Jones, Ryan Gravenberch. Is there going to be some magic? Szoboszlai. Not the best from him at all. Poor awareness to allow Rodri to just comfortably intercept and Aït-Nouri. He's got the space to do it on his own. It went for goal. And Liverpool are going to go on the counter-attack. They need to hurry up. I think there'll be more than 7 minutes, but they've got to hurry up, Liverpool. And that is going to be pulled back for a foul on Florian Wirtz. Free kick and a yellow card dished out by Craig Pawson. That's not gone out, I don't think. They're asking a handball question of the Liverpool players and fans presumably as well. And Alisson is going forward to take a throw-in. There will be more time. There's definitely going to be another minute, I'd say at least, because of the stoppage for the penalty. Van Dijk gets ahead. And the shot, oh my word, what a save. I didn't think it was a good effort, but what a save. Donnarumma. Alexis McAllister. Nearly delivered. Liverpool, can they find a way from this corner? Alisson is up and he has scored before. He's not going to move. He's going to stay forward. Of course he is. Back into the box. Chiesa's going to keep it alive. Chiesa. Salah. Ekitike. Salah. 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 Mo Salah. Mess of bodies. Appeals all over the shop. And Craig Pawson looks gloomiless. And Alisson is not moving. Szoboszlai is playing goalkeeper because Alisson is not moving. And I don't blame him. And the goal is open and it's going to be followed in by Erling Haaland. It doesn't matter. It's crossed the line. And it's 3-1 to Manchester City. The prediction that I do give a lot to them in this fixture. I didn't give it this time, but it is the scoreline. And it's the consequence of Alisson staying up the pitch. But that's the risk you have to take to try and find a way back into it. And it's as simple as that. And at Anfield this season, both the Manchester clubs get to celebrate, not just one, United and City. United together in being victorious at Anfield. Nah, well, you have to say, was Alisson right to stay up and rely on Szoboszlai to do his job for him without hands, of course? I've just been told there is still going to be a VAR check by Peter Drury. And Craig Pawson is going to the monitor. Hang on. He's all yours. He's all yours. That's a foul on Haaland. That's Dogson. If that's what you want, Dogson. If you want to give a foul, Dogso on Haaland. Doesn't matter though. He scored the goal. Craig Pawson has to be brave here. After review. Just listen to Craig Pawson. Direct free kick. I mean, I did say it could be Dogson. That in itself, it is soft, but it is the right call. The goal's been disallowed, but it's a direct free kick. And by the way, I just want to say the emotion in Craig Pawson's yeah. So Soberslai will get a 1-match ban. Dogso is just a 1-match ban, but I mean, the goal being disallowed, I don't agree with, but I do agree with the Dogso, but I wouldn't force it, is what I would say to that, and that's my response. We're well past 100 minutes. We're well past. We're into the 105th minute now. Oh, sorry. 2-1, by the way. I forgot to change the scoreline. Well, the direct free kick from Turkey is blazed. Yeah, he's blowing the whistle, Craig Pawson, and to be honest with you, I feel sorry for the referee being put in that sent to the monitor position. I do feel a little bit sorry for Craig Pawson having to be sent to the monitor, because you could just tell by his voice that he was forced to make the decision that he made. And I would say that Dogso is a correct verdict, only just. The goal shouldn't have been disallowed. And I listened to Gary Neville speaking, let the goal be. It's one of those where let the goal be. I don't agree with it at all. And City should have won 3-1. But I reiterate, it is all Mancunian joy this year at Anfield. It is both of the Premier League's Manchester clubs getting to enjoy wins at Anfield. It is United and City, united as one. The City of Manchester, both victorious at Anfield, and both with opportunities to deliver league doubles over Liverpool this year. Final score, the exact same as United, but in a different manner. Liverpool 1, City 2. And need I say a very different manner, because that game in the first half was a game of nothing. United, of course, got the goal in the first minute. But it doesn't matter. Both of the Manchester clubs have won at Anfield this year. Both of them. Should have been 3-1. I mean, like I say, I feel incredibly sorry for Craig Pawson, because Craig Pawson, and I am going to defend him here, because he is a referee who has refereed a lot of fixtures that are big, mainly from an Arsenal point of view. I've seen him, and I know that he can handle these type of games. He's been put in a big game, not involving Arsenal, this game, probably for the reason that these two aren't together title racing. And he's just been put on the spot after a good refereeing performance and been forced by his VAR to make that decision. Don't bring Arsenal into this, Taki. Do not bring Arsenal into this. Big win for Manchester City. Big day. And it all came to life in the second half. I agree it was dog son. I agree it was dog son. I do agree with that. Taki, right now, I'm not responding to your comments, mate, because seriously, don't bring Arsenal into this. This is not about Arsenal. Can we still win the league? That's in our hands. I will be in charge of providing the... Yeah, well, look, it's another one of those where you've just got to sit back and relax. We've won yesterday. Let it be. Arsenal fans should know by now that relying on other teams is not going to work. So let it be. Let it be and analyse. View, analyse and speak. Don't sit and beg. Yeah. And that is exactly what I'm about to do as well. When I come off here, it will be purely analysis and correct. Yeah, you've took the words out of my mouth. Arsenal just need to do their job. And I will do my job as the pundit, as the viewer, as the analyst, and I will provide the criticism for Arsenal, and I will deliver my critics when required. But today is not a day about Arsenal. Arsenal won yesterday, no problem. So don't bring Arsenal into it until you need to. And Taki, you will learn that. When you're in this channel, you will learn that. I'm learning. I'm learning. We're all learning. Okay. Well, there's not a lot more for me to say about this game on here, but there's going to be plenty of analysis, and there will be not a fan cam, but kind of a fan cam, in the sense of me giving you my analysis of this game in video format. That will come at around about 7:30. But for now, let's get you through this Premier League weekend where City have joined United in being a City of Manchester. United has won in being joyous and victorious at Anfield. Analysis at 7:30 in video format. Let's go through the league table and this weekend's results. And we'll start with Friday night, where Leeds United beat Nottingham Forest by 3-1. Big result for Leeds. Big result for Leeds. And I thought it was a really good response to our win there. And Calvert-Lewin involved again. Really good Leeds win. Good performance. Just, I don't need to say much more, really. Leeds under Daniel Farke are now a good team. There's positive vibes around there. And it's a positive thing going on. And that is a positive response to a big win for Arsenal, but a big blow for them, really. It could have been a big blow, but they've turned around and they've gone back and won. And they did it emphatically. Unfortunate to not have the clean sheet, but emphatic by Leeds. Yesterday, Man United 2, Spurs 0 was the result that Arsenal fans saw first before beating Sunderland 3-0. As Martin Zubimendi and Victor Gyökeres were 2 on the score sheet for Arsenal in a comfortable win against Sunderland in the end, but of course they were in the game, particularly first half. Bournemouth 1, Villa 1 was a case of all done in 55 minutes. West Ham winning 2-0 at Burnley, all done in the first half. And a late comeback by Everton against Fulham. A Bernd Leno own goal secured Everton's victory in a shock result at Craven Cottage, and Wolves were beaten 3-1 by Chelsea. Goals in the first half from Cole Palmer made a hat-trick as well. And a consolation for Wolves came in the second half through Tolo Arakadar. Newcastle 2, Brentford 3 was the final score in a big win for Brentford at St James's Park. And in the A23 derby/rivalry between Brighton and Palace, it was 4 games unbeaten for them. And I'm sorry for saying your score, Kate and Jonathan, but 4 games unbeaten against Brighton now for Palace, and 3 wins in 4 for Palace against Brighton, as well as 2 straight wins at the Amex for the Eagles. And here you already know the score. And the league table. We'll talk about the league table in the sense of City and Arsenal in the analysis video. But it is all the same, really. All bar Crystal Palace's movement up the table into 13th as they got their win earlier. Bournemouth have also progressed up the table. Everton are moving up the table as well into 8th. And the top 5 is Chelsea, a point behind Man United. Man United, 3 points behind Villa, now 6 points behind Manchester City, and 12 points behind Arsenal. And Villa hanging around there, but 3 points behind City after their failure against Bournemouth yesterday. I agree, and I am truthful with you when I say that United are the biggest threat. Right, final headline then, folks, tonight is both Manchester clubs, a rarity, but true, victorious at Anfield, and it is City and United united together in winning at Anfield. Both the Manchester clubs victorious at Anfield. City today, United earlier in the season. Final score: Liverpool 1, City 2, and the analysis is on the way with the video coming out approximately 7:30.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town to town, From London to Taiwan, I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.